Welcome to today's meeting, January the 24th. And so this is me. I'm sure you all know me by now, but we're not being a swamp creature dredged up from the Everglades. I'm a photographer based in the UK. And I'd like to welcome everybody, and especially Jim, to this meeting on behalf of all of the board members of NMUG. Sheeta, of course, is here acting as moderator. Sheeta, was there anything that you'd like to say?
No, I'm good. Thank you.
Thank you. And Eckhart, of course, our president, is with us. And I know that Eckhart has a few words that he wants to share with us.
Yes, thank you, Mike. Several things. We have next Wednesday, we have an unusual meeting. It is not a real presentation by one person, but the whole board of your organization of Naples MUG will present itself during what we call the annual meeting of our members. So next week is a very important one. The board will introduce itself. We will have a brief election for new board members, and we will give a presentation about what happened last year and what is going to happen this year. And there will be ample time for our members to ask questions and hopefully get sufficient satisfactory answers. So I wanted to alert all of you that we do have this annual meeting next Wednesday. And there's one thing. Right now we have several events like the weekly meetings and also our class program. And you members, you are receiving announcements all the time about these meetings and about the classes. Because we want you to attend. They tend to be more moderate, they tend to be more independent. Sorry, there was some kind of an echo. Sorry about that. There will be one more very important message, probably today or tomorrow, that will invite you to cast your vote on a board election. There will be two board members. One will have to be re-elected, and the other one is Victoria Herring, who has been appointed as a board member to replace Don Peacock as treasurer. But she also needs to be formally elected by our members, so she will be on the ballot as well. And what we are going to do, and what you as members should be expecting in the next day or two, you receive a message and don't throw it away. Please respond to it, because we need your vote. You need your vote on these two members of our board. That's very important. And the other thing is that I wanted to mention that our class program is outstanding. It excels itself every year. It gets better. And this coming Saturday, we have Joe Kissel, the publisher of the Take Control book organization. He will talk about iCloud. And he's done that before. This meeting is just absolutely fascinating. And I hope that those of you who have not yet registered for it, go ahead and sign up. And what you will get as an additional benefit for that particular class, you will get the brand new version of the Take Control book of iCloud. It has just been released, and all class registrants will receive a free copy of that particular book that will actually serve as class notes. And just wanted to mention that to you, so please don't hesitate and sign up for that class if you have not already done so. Thank you very much. Those were my comments. Thank you.
Thanks, Eckhart. So moving on, just a reminder, as always, that all the information you'll ever need about our group is available from the NMUG website. This now includes previous classes. So if you booked for one of the past classes, they are now available from the website. So if you paid and booked to participate in a class, they're all ready and waiting for you on the website. Just go to the classes tab and choose past classes. Thanks ever so much. As usual, one or two announcements, all of which Eckhart has just kindly covered for me. So I'll just whip through this really quickly. But it's our annual general meeting next week. I know that most of our members are not familiar with many members of our board, so it's a really good opportunity to say hello. And we look forward to welcoming you next Wednesday. This Saturday's class, as Eckhart just said, I'm really looking forward to. Here in Suffolk, where I live and run my own Mac user group, every single time we do surveys for members asking them what they want to learn more about, the answer at the top of the list is always iCloud, and there are always hundreds of questions. Few people know iCloud quite as well as Joe, because of course he's written a fabulous book about it. And that book will be available for everybody who participates in the class this coming Saturday. So it makes the class ridiculously good value for money. And I urge you to book and come along, because it'll be absolutely superb. Just before I introduce Jim, and welcome, Jim. It's very kind of you to join us today. I was sitting in bed last night, pottering around on the internet, and just by chance, I visited Take Control Books. And there on the homepage of Take Control Books is Joe's book on DEVONthink 3, which I think was only published last month. And it's free, which is absolutely amazing. So if you're already using DEVONthink and want to learn more, then go to Joe's website and download the book. If you're new to DEVONthink and think, gosh, I need this app, again, go to Take Control Books and download the book after today's session. And with that, I will close down, stop croaking, and hand you over to Jim. Thank you very much indeed.
So, well, thanks for having me. This is actually my first Zoom presentation. Mac user groups, it's nice to see that there are still some out there. It's something that back in the day, it was a common thing. And so it was very encouraging when Cheetah reached out and said, hey, we've got this group and we'd like you to say a word or two. So here I am. I got a little short presentation. Okay, so I don't know who's familiar with DEVONthink. So my presentation is very high level. Like when people ask me, well, what do you do? I work for a software company. What do you make? AI-driven document information management. And then they say, well, what in the world's that? So this is kind of a brief introduction to what DEVONthink is. So brief introduction, shiny little effect thrown in Keynote, who we are. So we are actually a US-based company. It was started by two German gentlemen 22 years ago. Our applications are basically built on an AI engine that was created by our chief technical officer. And it's what drives the document management in DEVONthink and also our Devon Agent product. We've been fully telecommuted from the very beginning. And one small fact people might not know is there are 7 or 8 people depending on the student status of one of our individuals. So we are a very small company and we provide service to the entire world. So people often have an idea that we're a much bigger company than we actually are. We're very, very small, and we've been successfully doing it for 22 years this April. Who am I? So I previously worked in the graphic arts field for 32 years, but my father was a programmer, so I grew up with it and kind of fell into technology as I automated print processes. I've been with DEVONtech for 11 and a half years now. And if you open a support ticket, I'm your frontline person, so I do support for the entire world. Leads to long days and strange hours. I also manage the forum. We all, including the CEO and the CTO, participate in the forum. So if you head on over there, great group of people, and you're actually talking to the people who make decisions. Training materials. So the documentation for our apps is authored by me. whether there's issues or not. And please let us know if you find typos and whatnot, if you're perusing our documentation. On our blog, we have Tuesday tips, which are just generally little tips about our any of our applications, sometimes things unrelated about health and taking care of yourself. So that comes out every Tuesday on our blog. And also, I'm the automation advocate. So if people are interested in doing things like automatically filing things or creating documents, or it's a wide variety of things people want to automate, I'm kind of the guy they come to. So when you hear about DEVONthink, there are a lot of times you hear two very common things, and I'll just quickly address both. So the first one, the learning curve. There's a lot of people that say, well, DEVONthink is too difficult and there's too large a learning curve. However, it really depends on what you're intending to do. So people will say, I want to master DEVONthink. And I will say after 11 and a half years, I have not mastered DEVONthink, and I have over 30,000 working hours in the application now. The only person that could claim would be our CTO, who wrote it and knows it like the back of his hand. And I don't think he would claim mastery. So if that's what you're looking for, steep learning curve. However, if you are just looking for a powerful and effective way to store your documents and be able to find them quickly and easily, it's not that difficult to do. And as I say at the bottom here, and this is not hyperbole, if you can use the Finder, you can use DEVONthink. There are a lot of correlations between how the Finder works and how DEVONthink works. In fact, there's similarities with Apple Mail as well. So it really depends on what you're trying to do. So if you go in expecting you're going to learn every aspect of the application in a week, none of us have done it. So the second thing, DEVONthink is not a Spotlight replacement, and it is not a Finder replacement. Those applications have their own strengths and they're very general. Spotlight especially is indexing a wide variety of files on your system that you would not want in your database. Same thing with the Finder. The Finder is good at general keeping things together, but it lacks a lot of sophisticated tools that you might want to use, including things like built-in OCR or built-in automation. So that's where DEVONthink really kind of draws a distinction. We say DEVONthink is like the Finder, but with a really big brain. So yeah, you don't want to drop your home directory or entire hard drives into a database. Just like when writing a book, you want to be very judicious about the content you put into it. So DEVONthink is document information to help you store and find your work or personal documents. It can be used in a wide variety of ways. That's a quick little view of the interface as you basically would normally see it. And your documents are stored in databases. So what is a DEVONthink database? A DEVONthink database, unlike Finder folders, it's a package file which appears to be a single file, but your contents are stored inside that singular file. The nice thing is it makes that a very portable and self-contained thing. So you could transport it, you could put it on an external hard drive. You could